Welcome to the Masters of Success, where we explore the journeys of inspiring leaders and entrepreneurs. Today, we have the privilege of speaking with Guy Sako, the visionary owner of Defense Soap. Guy has made a name for himself in the world of personal care, developing innovative products that prioritize hygiene and health for athletes and active individuals alike. Join us as we dive into his inspiring story, uncovering the challenges he faced, the strategies he employed, and the passion that drives his mission to keep everyone safe on and off the mat. Get ready for an engaging conversation filled with insights and motivation.
This episode of Masters of Success is brought to you by MillionaireMatch.com, the world's largest millionaire dating service.
Well, Guy, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. So tell us a little bit about yourself and Defense Soap.
Well, I'm a retired Cleveland police officer of 25 years who coaches youth wrestling here in Ohio. And then for the last maybe 20 years, alongside being a policeman, I ran Defense Soap as a side job, basically.
And so it sounds like you created this product based on a conflict or an issue that you had in the wrestling world of that you're familiar with. So how did that come about?
Well, wrestlers are subjected to skin infections. And then when you get a skin infection, you can't compete. And I had basically 100 little guys on my team that all had skin infection. I was wondering, why didn't somebody come up with a soap that, could wash ringworm away, basically? So seeing that there's not on the market, I found a soap manufacturer, a lady who made soap, and gave her a recipe and asked her if she could make this for me. And she did. And it took care of our ringworm problem. So I was making a soap and just kept giving it to my team. I wasn't really selling it to them. I was giving it to them. But as a Cleveland policeman, you got 100 kids. You're giving out 300 bars of soap every couple months. It's not very easy to do. So I started to sell it to them at cost. And then after a while, the light bulb came on. Hey, I can make a business out of this, and that's how it started.
Well, can you actually back up and walk us through the process of how you developed a new product? I know that you obviously saw the need, but then how did you go about the steps to actually find the ingredients and that sort of thing?
Well, when I was in college, I wrestled collegiately. When I was in college, we used dandruff shampoos as like a body wash. But if you ever look at the ingredients list on dandruff shampoos, they're not very healthy. And I was making a product for little kids. So I just kept, searching like natural products, safe products. This was back in 2005, before like green was like a big movement and everything. So I was a little ahead of the curve on that. I just kept searching for safe products, and they all just kept coming back to being natural and green. So I got an ingredient list of what I thought I wanted, and that's what I presented to the soap maker. So you have to realize too, being a policeman, have very conservative values and thoughts, and then you deal with this handmade soap people. It's kind of like the hippie world that I had to step into to get the ingredients and everything that I wanted. So it was kind of an interesting journey there.
Yeah, and you did touch upon it briefly, but you said that in normal soaps, there's some really harsh ingredients, but you guys use some very natural ingredients, and that all just came about by doing
Yeah,
research.
it was, like I said, it was never really intended. But what I wanted to do is make sure that my soap was safe for kids. And my son, in particular, he was on the team at the time, so I wanted to make sure that my soap was healthy and there wasn't gonna be any long-term side effects on these kids. So yeah, we took out everything that was bad in the bar soap. Go home and do a Google search on the ingredients in your soap, and you might be terrified, as I was. So I eliminated all that and created just a natural bar.
Yeah, that's incredible. Well, it sounds like it might be very effective even for people who aren't necessarily in the wrestling world, just regular active people. Well, what role has customer feedback played in, the development and growth of Defense Soap? I'm assuming that once you started getting, a lot of positive feedback, it really encouraged you to continue forward.
Yeah, I still go on the road quite a bit. Like we'll set up a table at a wrestling tournament, and I go and I still work that table because I want to hear what my customers have to say. And you'd be amazed at, the feedback. Hopefully it's always positive, but people can only tell you so many times that your soap is great. You want to hear a little bit of, criticism so that you could correct things and address them in the market. We don't get much. We'll get like maybe our wipe container is not the easiest to use for some people, or sometimes our soap, they'll say our bar soap might be drying, so I have to explain to them the difference between liquid soaps and bar soaps. It's just a good experience to talk to your customers and put a face with them, and they like to know too that the owner of a company's sitting there willing to talk to them.
Well, Guy, if thank you so much for chatting with us. We're going to take a moment to speak with our sponsor, Millionaire Match.
Check this out. If you were a master of your business and your finances, but not so much of your love life, you have to be really careful on who you date nowadays. You might meet someone that's not on your same level. Well, we have a solution for you. It's called millionairematch.com. They find the right individual for you that's on the same level as you. Because they've been around for 20 years, they take their site very, very seriously in finding the right match for you. So what are you waiting for? Hop on the website today, millionairematch.com.
Well, Guy, let's talk more about actually building this business. What sort of strategy or marketing strategy did you use to build this? I know that you said that you would, bring a bunch of bars of soap just to these wrestling matches. How did you scale it?
The way I actually started was as a six-pack cooler. I'd have a six-pack cooler, with maybe 25 bars, and I would sit in the stands and sell soap in the stands. To now, we're very large on Amazon. Um, we're very large in the wrestling community. Obviously, we own the rights to the Big Ten Network. There's a couple wrestling platforms, like it's called Flow Wrestling. We have a 3-year exclusivity with Flow Wrestling, so I keep my competitors out. Now I have competitors in the space now. We didn't have competitors when I started, but now I have competitors in space. I have the power to keep those competitors out, and we do. But we started really, really small, and it's really important that you start small, because when you start small and you grow slow, your customer base is your foundation is very
Mhm.
solid. You know, Big growth overnight is awesome and everything, but your customer base isn't necessarily there. I have a customer base that's 20 years old, and it just grows every year. We've not had 1 year in 20 years that's gone backwards in growth or in sales, and that's because of the way we just systematically, slowly invest more in marketing every
Mhm.
year. We reach out different platforms through social media every year. We always try to add something every year so that we grow slightly. We're not looking for huge growth.
Yeah, well, one thing I find interesting is that you are trying to keep the same is the price point. Can you talk about that?
Well, yeah, when I started, my first order with the manufacturer I use now was 10,000 bars. I paid really hefty price for that when you're going to a major manufacturer, and your piece is 10,000 bars. Now I order close to 1,000,000 bars with those manufacturers this year, so the prices come down dramatically. So, and rather than raising prices like everybody else has during the um, pandemic years and everything, we were actually able to maintain the same price by making money on the back end, by placing larger purchase orders,
Mhm.
and saving on cost of goods, which really helped us a lot. And I don't know, we have this, when I was a kid, I come from a very blue collar family, and I came home one day and asked my dad if I could join the wrestling team, and it was $6 to join the Wellington Pee Wee wrestling program. And if it was much more than that, I'm pretty sure the answer would have been no. But my dad gave me $6, and I became a wrestler, and it obviously changed the course of my life, and it led to the building of this business. So we have a $6 pledge on our website, where our original bar will never go over $6 a bar. It'll always remain that 5.99, to keep it underneath that price point, to remember where we come from and our humble beginnings.
I love that so much. Well, what do you think is next for Defense Soap, and how do you, keep up with innovation and product development?
Uh, Innovation product development is huge around here because, as I mentioned, we have competitors, And the way I protect myself from competitors is I have, 35 SKUs. And if you're going to come into business and try to compete with me, you're going to have to come with a full line, or I'll just adjust pricing, to compete with you head to head. So um, we always want additional products. And right now we have a female bar coming out. We have flat pack wipes coming out. We have a shampoo bar coming out that will prevent ringworm in the hair, which might not sound like it's a very big problem, but it's a huge problem with little kids.
Well, what an inspiring story. And thank you so much, Guy. I definitely know that your product is, super helpful for a lot of people out there. So thank you so much for sharing your story.
When it comes to dating, I'm looking for a guy that's intelligent and hardworking.
Successful and ambitious.
Ooh, and kids. I want kids.
I like someone more mature.
Someone a little nerdy.
A man who could be my best friend.
And a solid partner.
Don't waste your time on other sites. Millions of high-quality ladies are looking for a man like you on Millionaire Match.
I'm ready to find my true love.
MillionaireMatch.com. Join now. Don't wait. Join now for free. Must be 18 years of age or over to join.
And that wraps up our inspiring conversation with Guy Sako, owner of Defense Soap. Thank you, Guy, for sharing your journey, insights, and the passion behind your mission to promote health and hygiene for athletes everywhere. Your dedication to innovation and customer care is truly motivating. To our viewers, we hope you found value in today's episode. So don't forget to subscribe and join us next time as we explore more stories of success. Until then, keep striving for your goals.
The sport of wrestling provides so many with a bigger purpose. Wrestling becomes a part of you. You're faced with so many challenges in the sport, but skin infections shouldn't have to be one of them. And that's our mission. Defense Soap was created out of the need to fight back, because we care about this sport, the families, the athletes, the coaches, and we want to continue to protect people from skin infections to keep you on the mat. And that's our goal here at Defense Soap, to defend what you have built.
Are you ready to elevate your advertising game? Then level up your business with Television Ad Group, the ultimate advertising partner, connecting you with your ideal customers in a whole new way. Whether you're looking for the bold impact on TV, the endless options of streaming, or the vast reach of social media, we've got you covered with targeted advertising customized just for your brand. So what are you waiting for? Contact us today and let Television Ad Group be the key to your success.